Good evening and welcome to another edition of Michael Antonio Live. You know, I'm trying to stay upbeat, but there's a lot of bad stuff going on right now here in America. Of course, you know that we who support Trump have been put in a little hole here by the Democrats. Now, look, my personal feeling about it is I truly believe the Democrats did cheat in this election. They committed massive fraud, and they kind of, cheated us out of this win for Trump. Now, I will say, I don't know how difficult it's going to be to discover exactly how much fraud has taken place, and if the fraud that we do find is going to be even enough to make up the difference. I don't know, but I do know that it's strange times we're living in here, guys. But we're going to try to flesh this out a little bit, but I really wanted to, I'm not going to tell you too much about basically most of the media sources claiming victory for Biden already, and the celebrations going on, all those things. I mean, I really don't want to, it's boring to me. It's just these people, this entire election process for me has been boring when I look at the Biden side. He spent most of his time in his basement. He is extremely garbled in his speech, incoherent. It's just amazing to me that people literally take this guy seriously as a presidential candidate. But like I said, the good news is that the election really has not been decided yet, no matter what the media tells you. And, I'm encouraged by the fact that they did say, I was there for 2000, Bush v. Gore. And I was there when all the media sources were saying, President Gore had won the presidency. And, of course, we know that, 37 days later, whatever it was a large amount of days. And sure enough, no, we had George W. Bush for 8 years. Not that a lot of you are excited about that now looking back, but it probably would have been, probably was better than having, a couple of, terms of Democrats. So, I would look a little bit into some of the stories here just to kind of, this one was interesting to me. Marsha Blackburn, she was staring down radical leftists seeking to target Trump with this support list, supporters with a hit list. I can't even believe this story. It's amazing to me that on the day that Joe Biden is trying to say, well, as president, I am going to bring healing to the land. I want you to join me, Trump supporters. I want you, I'm going to be your president and be here for you. And it's funny how many of his colleagues on the left want to make a targeted list. Like it says here, Marsha Blackburn stares down radical leftists seeking to target Trump supporters with hit list. Isn't that amazing? Wow. I mean, these are the kind of people that, these are people running our government now, okay, in Congress. And we can read a little bit here just to give you a flavor of what's happening. Senator Marsha Blackburn has responded to an initiative from far-left Democrats and never-Trump Republicans aiming to target supporters of President Donald Trump by adding them to a list and holding them accountable for, after the election. Now, isn't that funny how they're making this list? I mean, this is stuff that communists do. They make a list and say, okay, we're going to target these people and we are going to destroy them, And then it says here, Blackburn's remarks were made in a tweet which quoted the announcement of the Trump Accountability Project. I want you guys to look that up. The Trump Accountability Project, which aims to make sure anyone who took a paycheck to help Trump undermine America is held responsible for what they did. Isn't that just scary? It's scary, frankly. If by undermining America you mean stopping Democrat socialists, not defunding police, and blocking the Green New Deal, add me to your list, Blackburn wrote, adding the hashtag MAGA. I really like Marsha Blackburn. She's standing up for what she believes in, for what we believe in. This is amazing. We need more people like Marsha Blackburn. Just amazing to me. Wow. And listen to this. Now, this name, of course, is familiar to you. The effort, which was kickstarted on Friday, was promoted by Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Democrat from New York, who wrote in a tweet, "Is anyone archiving these Trump sycophants for when they try to downplay or deny their complicity in the future? I foresee decent probability of many deleted tweets, writings, photos in the future." Now, this is funny about it. She actually thinks, this is how dumb these people are. This is how dumb Ocasio-Cortez is. She literally believes that Trump supporters will deny complicity in helping Trump. Our loyalty is with Trump. We will never, ever be disloyal to Donald Trump. We will never, betray him. I know that there's the story of Christ who tells Peter, "You're going to betray me. Trust me, it's going to happen." And he's like, "No, I will never betray you." Little different story. And actually, it's kind of the same as far as the concept of, he was afraid that the Pharisees would basically kill him too if they found out he was a supporter of Jesus. So in that same light, you have Ocasio-Cortez saying, "Hey, let's get these guys on a list." So really, Ocasio-Cortez is no better than those evil, disgusting Pharisees. And remember what Jesus said about the Pharisees. He said, "You are like whitewashed sepulchres." In other words, little tombs. On the outside, you look beautiful, but on the inside, you are full of dead men's bones. And that is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She's a whitewashed sepulcher. And so she's actually thinking that we're going to be afraid to say that we supported Donald J. Trump in any way. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Ocasio-Cortez came to me and asked me, I would say, not only do I support Trump, but I am Trump. We are all Trump. I want you guys to get that idea and just keep that with you. It doesn't matter what happens in this election, the results of this election. Now, we have a ways to go. It's not over yet. But I got to tell you guys, do not give up the fight. And if someone like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez comes to you and tries to put you on a list, tell them, add your name to the list, because you know what? Someday we will be back. If Trump doesn't take this, if for whatever reason they're able to steal this from Trump, you know what? He will be back. Or at the very least, his spirit will be back. We will be back in power, and we will be able to tell people like Alexandria, you know what, lady? You blew it. You screwed up, lady, and now you're going to pay. And not in the same way. Look, we don't want to hurt anyone that we disagree with. We just want to make sure that they don't have power ever again. No, I don't want to take away a job for her either. I'm sure she'd make an excellent bartender. She already did it before. So you know what? I don't want to take her old job away from her. In fact, I'll help her get another job. I know some bartenders. I know, some people in the world here. I can hook her up. I'll hook you up, Alexandria. Just ask me. Seriously. I'm going to help you. So it's craziness. This is just crazy. I mean, can you imagine this stuff? Wow. That's just craziness. I just don't even understand. Okay, so this website, actually, it says here that the website's database full of names of Trump supporters includes a list of federal judges appointed by the president. Now they're going after federal judges? Well, it doesn't surprise me. They went after Brett Kavanaugh, who was trying to get out of the SCOTUS, and they literally almost destroyed his life. These people are of the devil. And just a side note, I wanted to talk about that whole thing, the whole SCOTUS thing. Isn't it ironic? It's amazing. And we talked about it before, I'm sure. But isn't it amazing that just at the time we're coming into this election, RBG, RIP, nothing against her, but she passes away, and then here we go, we get the opportunity to get ACB in there. And it's like, wow. I mean, it's just the timing couldn't have been better, and for a lot of reasons. If nothing else, we have that, guaranteed conservative Supreme Court, because, we may need it for this election. I'm not saying we will. Maybe we won't. Maybe, this thing doesn't turn out well for us going into Inauguration Day. It might not go well. We have to prepare ourselves for that possibility. And so, if it doesn't, we still have a Supreme Court that is going to protect the rule of law. Now, hopefully the Senate stays in the hands of Republicans. And if it does, then you know what? It's going to be very hard for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris, whenever she, takes over. It's going to be hard for them to make any real decisions. They're going to get a couple of things they want, to the victor go the spoils, I guess, in that situation. But they're not going to get the landmark things they want because it just isn't going to happen. And hopefully by midterms, again, this is all a hypothetical scenario. That's if they are able to steal this election. But like I said, they're not going to get it. And then, like I said, hopefully in the midterms, we will get a super majority possibly in the Senate, who knows, or at least a larger majority, and maybe we'll get a majority in the House. And then once that happens, it's going to be very difficult for Kamala, probably Kamala by that point, to govern as president. It's going to be very difficult for her to do something like that. And then, again, if that's the case, then by the next presidential election, if Trump comes back, or if we find somebody very Trump-like, we need a MAGA person. We need a MAGA person. That's just what it comes down to. The spirit of MAGA must live on. And if we get somebody like that, if it's not Trump, whoever it is, they will win, and we will just continue the movement. Remember, we are all Trump. So, someday, one way or the other, Trump's not going to be here anyway. So we got to carry that on, that spirit, that attitude, that fight in him. I really got to, I'm enamored with the fight in Donald Trump. I know a lot of people say, well, you're just the Biden supporters, or even just anybody that doesn't like Trump will tell you, well, you're a Kool-Aid drinker. You're a cult member. You like Trump. And it's like, no, first of all, the things that he believes and I believe in, I've been in this game for many, many years. And so I believe in what he believes in. And I like his fight. And he's not a politician. And he comes from a very, very intelligent place of business. He knows how to do business. He knows how to make deals. He's very good at these things. And this is why he's had so much success as president. Which leads me to the idea that, you know what? Come on, guys. We don't really believe that Biden could beat this guy. I'm sorry, he's one of the greatest presidents that we've ever had. And I'm not saying that as like a sycophant or, no, I'm not. I mean, this is not about that at all. From an objective standpoint, if you took his name, if you were able to just kind of outline on text, if somebody were to read the accomplishments of this president without knowing his name or seeing pictures, nothing, just an outline of his accomplishments, most people, Democrat or Republican, would say, man, this guy, he did a very, very good job as president. What an amazing list of accomplishments. But the minute you put his name on there, if it's a Democrat, he's terrible. This guy is the worst, or we got to get him out of here. So this is what I'm talking about. It's such an incongruity, and that's why we know this is all a bunch of baloney. We know that fraud took place. It's coming out every day. You've got look up Project Veritas, what's happening up in Michigan, and I believe even Wisconsin, you got some things there, and now they're saying that a lot of the same problems are happening in Nevada. So you've got a lot of things going on. I just thought it was interesting, that story. That story is amazing. It's just amazing, And of course now we know that Donald Trump, he tweeted, I won, and he went golfing. Man, I love that guy. He's just got like this, he's got this gangsta thing going, It's great. It's great. And so now you got Fox News, CNN, what is it? Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, and the AP, they call the presidential election for Joe Biden. Is this like a Dewey defeats Truman moment, guys? Maybe. And then we got the glitch situation. Georgia counties using the same software as Michigan counties, they also encountered the glitch. So now you've got, Michigan having problems with computers. You've got, I believe, Wisconsin, they said, Georgia, Nevada. This thing is a long way from over, guys. I'm telling you, I wouldn't get upset just yet. I think we're going to really do some damage here, And we're going to have maybe possibly manual recounts. There's a lot of things that are going on right now. It's amazing. Wow. And it looks like now AOC here, And the Democrats are actually turning on the Lincoln Project. I mean, this Lincoln Project, I don't... Look, let's read this one. This is amazing. This Lincoln Project, they were the ones that were against Trump. Wow. And look at this one. Look at, despite Lincoln Project never-Trumpers' efforts to join together with Democrats against President Donald Trump, the friendship may be on shaky footing. Wow. What is this? And this shows you just how disloyal and unfaithful Democrats are. They're like Marxists today. They just use people. They use them as useful idiots, and that's what the Lincoln Project is. It's just useful idiots, and they are used by the Democrat Party. And then once the job gets done, you know what they say? We don't need you now. So let's read this one. This is funny. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez on Friday called the anti-Trump Lincoln Project to take the L and hand over their millions in fundraising to black organizers. Wow. She says it's not too late for them to do the right thing. Lincoln Project should take the L and publicly pledge to give a lot of their fundraising to the people who actually made a big difference. She tweeted in the first of a string of tweets criticizing them. See, again, I gotta tell you guys, and you know what, I gotta tell you, Lincoln Project, what a bunch of dummies, guys. Did you guys really think that the Democrats were going to give you a seat at the table? Did you really think they were going to respect you? You're just a lapdog for them. You're their bitch. That's what you are to them. Look, you cannot give the Democrats an inch. You don't give them, they don't deserve respect anymore. They didn't give it to Trump. They didn't give it to his supporters. And they're not going to give it to you because guess what? In the end, you are a Republican. You're a conservative. They don't respect you. And I guarantee you, if they had enough power, they would eliminate all of us. And I don't mean just take away our homes or our jobs. No, they'd line us up against a wall. How do I know that? Because they're just like Castro. They're just like the Soviet Union, the old Soviet Union. They're just like communist China. They're all the same. These people are the same. The only reason why they can't do it is because they're still in America, and America, last time I checked, is still the land of the free, although it's slipping lately, okay? Yeah, people like to vote. Now, I'm not saying that people voted for Biden. They didn't. I still believe Biden cheated and stole it, but let's just say there was enough people that made it, possible for Biden to steal this, which is not something that we shouldn't have got this close, guys. That's the bottom line. We should not have gotten this close. Wow. And so, this is how she found out, by the way, how she found out about this. It says her tweets came after someone tweeted that the organization got $67 million to do literally nothing, and the black organizers that helped Biden win probably are short on rent this month. Now, do you see Lincoln Project? I think they did work very hard to try to eliminate Donald Trump. Yeah, and so she's saying they did like literally nothing, and then the black organizers that helped Biden to win are short on rent this month. Really? Show us your evidence. I love how they try to say, show us your evidence of voter fraud. Well, show me your evidence, first of all, that the black people that were helping Biden win are all short on their rent. And besides, and also show me that we owe them, or anybody owes them, a damn thing. How about the black organizers that supported Donald Trump? If you're so concerned about color, skin color, and gender, and all these other things, all these groups that you use for your own advantage, what about the black supporters of Donald Trump? Don't you care about black people, AOC? Do you care about black people? Probably not. Because, you threw them under the bus, didn't you? Oh, no. And what do you say about them? What do you call them? Uncle Toms? This is really, you're a sick person, AOC. You're a very sick person. It's disgusting. It makes me very sick. I gotta get off this for a second. I'm just, by the way, guys, here's my website, michaelantonio.biz, and you can get a lot of stories there. If you go there, if this is your first time watching, when you go to my website, michaelantonio.biz, what's going to happen is you're going to see a pop-up. Go ahead and subscribe. You'll get in your email daily stories. And of course, I have several different news sources on my site. So you're going to get different news stories, moderate and mostly conservative. It's probably something you want to see anyway. I want you to get away from a lot of the main news sources and come here. You have your choice. You have your choice of news on my website. So please go here, check it out. Also, it's links to my YouTube. I need you guys to subscribe, hit that notification bell when you get a chance. It's very important. All right. Let's go to my Twitter and see if we can't figure out what's going on with this whole corruption, fraud. Let's see if there's any more stories there to be had. So it's just amazing. Yeah, I did see some things earlier about some things that were going on with the fraud investigation. Oh, I got to show you this first. This is funny. Joe Biden writes, "The Bible tells us." I almost threw up in my mouth there for a second, telling you that one, saying the word that the Bible with Joe Biden saying this. Yeah, right. Well, he probably didn't say this, but anyway, it says the Bible tells us that to everything there is a season, a time to build, a time to reap, a time to sow, and a time to heal. This is the time to heal in America. Heal like what? Heal like a dog? Is that what you want us to do? No, not going to happen. But anyway, Caitlin Bennett, she's fantastic. She says, the Bible also tells us that abortion is murder. Well, I don't think Biden believes that one. See, again, selective Bible quoting there, Joe. Yeah, I can't even stomach this baloney. Man. Wow. And apparently now the New York Post has flipped, saying that Biden is president. Wow. Wow, that's just crazy. Incredible. So now you got that happening. And I want to read this from a guy by the name of Gulag Inmate 4859. Actually, you know who that is? It's Jack. It's Poso, baby. I love this guy. I don't even know who it was at first because he always changes his pictures and his name, but this is funny. Gulag. I love it. Oh, Jack, you're hilarious. I love you, man. This is great. So this is what he writes, and I like he's funny. Trump supporters and their families were insulted and attacked for years by the left, the media, and often by Joe Biden himself, who called them chumps and ugly folks. Now, this is true. And then he writes, he campaigned on lies and hoaxes, and that's true, too. If you remember, Joe Biden told a lot of lies about Trump. Biden just lied constantly about him. Remember the fine folks lie? The fine people lie that he said? We know that wasn't true, that he was talking about, the white supremacists. He wasn't saying that they were fine people. He even clarified that in the same thing. I mean, it was just, it was a blatant lie by Joe Biden, and he never, ever apologized or changed it. Why? Because he was going to try to get himself elected. He needed to keep that lie going because he has nothing else to go on. He's a moron. Joe Biden has nothing to go on. He's been the worst politician in the history of American politics. He's terrible. So he had to just berate, mudsling. So then, of course, Gulag Inmate 4859 says, he has done nothing to unite anything, and at this rate, he never will. And that's true. Wow. I'm loving some of these comments. These people, Cerno here, writes, Obama left the Democratic Party worse than he found it, which is true of modern presidents, including W. Bush. Trump is the first POTUS in modern history to leave the party stronger than he found it. Can the Republican Party keep these gains? Well, I mean, they can keep the gains if they support President Trump. If they stay loyal to Trump, which many of them are not, they're dropping off like flies. And they keep insisting, no, I'm still with him, but I just, I have to be realistic and blah, blah. These people don't understand. You can be realistic, but you can fight as well. Because realistically, it's very possible that voter fraud switched this election improperly. We have the wrong candidate that they're picking as president right now, and it's probably because they committed fraud. That's what's happening here. But, you have to let the investigation play out, and you cannot just, I don't know why we're giving up so easily. We should have told Joe Biden and his whole campaign and all the Democrats, look, guys, we are not giving you anything. And we would tell the media as well, don't even report this yet, because you're going to, first of all, if you're wrong, you're going to look like idiots. You think it's going to sway the courts? I don't think this time it is. I think if the courts see enough evidence to go forward with this, they're just going to say, let's do this thing. Let's do the investigation, and we'll find what we find. That doesn't mean the court is going to automatically assume that, this mass fraud has been committed. But they're saying, let's go forward with it. Why would they deny Donald Trump his opportunity? Remember, it's a conservative SCOTUS. So I think they're going to give him his opportunity. Now, they may not give him a lot of latitude, but they may give him just enough to give him that opportunity to swing this election back in his favor. Let's see, because it's possible. It's possible. I don't know. We will see. But man, yeah, it's just craziness, Yeah, there's a lot of very cool things. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So we have a lot going on. Wow. Wow. It's just amazing to be. I saw a story earlier that I wanted to talk about. And, wow. Okay, so listen to this one. This is good here. Somebody writes, tonight, when Joe Biden had the audacity to speak directly to Trump supporters, quoted scripture, and then talked about healing America, I nearly vomited. I believe me, I stand with that sentiment. As he spoke, his supporters in front of the White House beheaded an effigy of Trump and danced in rapturous delight. Now, look, think about it. If Joe Biden were a decent man, truly decent, I don't care if he says he's decent or, the things he said, these people are so delusional that just because they say, oh, we're going to heal the land, we're going to bring civility to, they're not civil people. They're liars. They're full of baloney. If Joe Biden were a truly decent man, he would say to his supporters, okay, guys, no, we are not going to disparage Trump. We are going to give him the respect he deserves, which is a lot. He's done a lot for this country. But, even though we believe it's our time now, we're going to give him respect. That's the way it's been done for a long time. What does he do? His whole campaign has been disparaging Trump. His whole campaign has been nothing but disparaging Trump. And now he wants to say, well, we're going to heal the land, But he's got supporters out there cutting Trump's head off in effigy. Why isn't he condemning them? Why isn't he saying, look, that's not what we're about? And while we're on this whole subject of Biden saying he wants to heal the land, why does Biden want to take our guns? Why does Biden want to violate our constitutional Second Amendment rights? Why does he want to destroy the oil and energy industries here in America, drive our gas prices up to $5 or $6 a gallon, whatever it's going to, maybe more than that, who knows? Why does he want to do all those things if he's about healing? That's not healing, that's destroying. That's scorched earth. This is just, these people are so deceptive, and I don't know why Americans even believe this stuff. I see all these people are so happy, oh, Biden's going to bring civility and no more of the nightmare and no more division and blah, blah. The division was brought by Democrats. If they had respected Trump in the first place, this wouldn't have been happening. If the media had been respectful of Trump and fair-minded about it and actually, reported all the good things that he did. Look, he's not immune from criticism. He can be criticized, but you have to also give him credit where it's due. They never did. The media never gave him an ounce of credit, and now Biden comes and says, well, now it's time for civility. No, Biden. No, we're going to bury you guys. We are going to destroy the media. We are not done. We are all Trump now. You thought Trump was bad? You thought Trump was your nightmare? No, we are all your nightmare. We're going to make it hell on you. Do you know why? Not only do you deserve it, but we still have to crush your power, because your power, you are the swamp. Your power is unacceptable. You're not worthy of a seat of power. You're not worthy to be a public servant because you have stolen our freedoms, stolen our money, and done damage to us. I could say so much more about what you guys are doing, what you have done, and what you plan to do. But you know what? You deserve nothing from us. You deserve to be unseated. You deserve, all of you in the Senate who are Democrats deserve to be unseated. Go back to your homes. You're done. This is it, man. I'm getting tired of this. It's over, guys. So that's why I'm saying Americans need to be smarter about this. I don't look at their pomp and circumstance and all of their flowery speeches like, oh, we are the civil ones. Look at how stately we are. You know how people used to talk about Obama. It made me sick. Oh, look at him. He looks like a statesman. He looks so presidential. No, but he was doing dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. The guy was actually using the IRS against conservative businesses. He was weaponizing the IRS against his enemies. And I don't mean foreign enemies. I mean domestic enemies of his. He used the IRS to harm them. Then he also used his power to put Dinesh D'Souza, in prison. He turned him into a felon over a campaign finance law. Well, I hate to break this to you, Barack. Well, of course, you already know this. You committed campaign finance laws, too. You broke campaign finance laws. You didn't go to prison. You didn't become a felon. What, did you pay a fine or something? What, a little slap on the wrist? Tis, little buddy. It's disgusting. But this is your Barack Obama. See, this is what I'm saying. Barack Obama gets away with all this stuff. He does all these terrible things. Now, nobody talks about this. You don't hear this. I bet there's a lot of Democrats right now, and if you're hearing this for the first time, is it shocking to you or you just not believe it? Oh, you're lying. Oh, this guy's not. He's just lying to us. Okay, look it up. It's the truth. Barack Obama is a hypocrite, and he's a liar. And you know what's going to happen if Joe gets in here. He's going to go back to a nuclear deal with Iran. In other words, feeding our enemy, putting Israel at risk. Okay, so we've got all these things going on. You know what's going to happen. And you know, of course, Obama's going to be in the shadows of this government again. He will be pulling some strings. So why are we allowing this? You know, I don't think we are, but why are we getting close enough for him to steal this election with fraudulent votes, guys? It's getting disgusting to me. Man. Wow. Oh, and now look at this one. Then you got Caitlin Collins. It's saying some news here. Jared Kushner has approached President Trump about conceding the election, per two sources. What, really, Jared? You know, these people, man. No. You got to understand something. Even if Trump can't overtake this cheat, no. You have to let these people, these Democrats, after what they did to him and what they did to us, we have to let them feel like they were in a gosh dang street fight. Like they got the crap beat out of them to get into that spot. Because you know what? They are just evil, man. Look what they've done. You know, and for Jared to say, well, oh, you know, I don't know what he's telling him. Maybe he's telling him, you know, it's the decent thing. Decent? What have they done to him? They destroyed him. I don't think Jared Kushner quite understands his father-in-law. Does he understand what his father-in-law is all about? That's not the way Donald Trump rolls. He's going to make you pay for doing that. And you know what? You should. This is why we hired Donald Trump, because he is a street brawler. The guy doesn't let up. I'm telling you right now. He doesn't let up. Man. Wow. Man, oh man. Wow. It's just, I just can't even imagine why they would, Jared Kushner would even think about this. I mean, going to the president, I mean, he knows the president's going to tell him, look, man, now this has become personal because they did all this stuff to me because it was personal for them. Because they had a mission. They were trying to carry on the Obama legacy of destroying this country and remaking it into what they want. And you know what? Donald Trump will be damned if he's going to let them get away with that. And you know what? I'm backing him up. I'm with him. I stand with Donald Trump. Do you? Because these people are not going to get away with this. They shouldn't be able to do these things. It's amazing. Okay, 7 hours ago, guys, Donald Trump, he writes, the observers were not allowed into the counting rooms. I won the election, got 71 million legal votes. Bad things happened, which our observers were not allowed to see. Never happened before. Millions of mail-in ballots were sent to people who never asked for them. Look, guys, crimes. This is illegal. What they did to Donald Trump is illegal. And then, of course, you've got Twitter putting this little thing down here. This claim about election fraud is disputed. You know what? I'm so tired. This is getting ridiculous. You guys also have to remember that if Trump, again, if even the fraud investigation doesn't yield the win that Donald Trump wants, Donald Trump is still president until the end of January. Until what, January 21st, January 20th? Look, you know what? Donald Trump can do a lot of damage. He can actually do some damage to the Democrats legally before that time. And I suggest that he does. I suggest that he really puts a hurting on them and sets them back. You have to remember, we are poised to keep the Senate and pick up seats in the House. And what's going to happen is, you know, Biden's not going to get a lot done because also we have the SCOTUS and we have a lot of lower courts now that have judges that are going to stop. They're going to stop Joe Biden when he starts using his flurry of executive orders that he said he was going to do. A lot of those executive orders are going to be shut down by judges. They're going to say, nope, can't do that, can't do that, can't do that. Sorry, not doing that, not doing that, not doing that. So you're going to see this happen. Now, some of that stuff might have to go all the way to the Supreme Court, but you know the SCOTUS will knock down a lot of those things. They may not knock down all of them, but they're going to knock down a lot of them. So really, if Joe Biden is in that presidential seat, it's going to be largely figurehead. That's what it's going to be. He's going to be largely a figurehead because he's not going to be able to get a lot done. And thank God for that. Maybe that's one of God's plans. I don't know. That maybe he's a figurehead and maybe we just wait till the midterms. But I don't know what to tell you. But I can tell you Trump supporters are not going to do what these nasty little, Biden supporters and Democrats and leftists have done. Their violence they've committed, the things they've done. We don't do things that way. We're going to fight it in other ways. But the point is, we're going to fight it with the truth, not the lies that they come up with and what they do. So that's what's coming for them. That's what's coming for them. And I got to see this one. Ooh, somebody here, Jin the Matrix, wrote, let's see, these people are sick. Wait a minute, who is that? I don't know who that is. I know that's Joe Biden. Is that Kamala's wife or is that his son, Hunter? I don't know if that's Hunter or that's, that might actually be, is that Kamala's husband? I don't know. Somebody tell me if they know. Write it in the comments section. I also want to hear your ideas in the comments. Let me know what you think about this whole thing. Yeah, it's just craziness. All right, let's see what people are writing to me in the thing here. Let's see. Man. Wow, this is just amazing. There's so much here. And I have to, before I go, I've got to mention this because this is very important. This is probably one of the most amazingly sad things about a possible Biden presidency is that we know that Donald Trump has fought very hard for the unborn, for the children. And we know that Joe Biden's not going to do that. And so I think one of the problems we are going to see is that, this is one thing that he may get to work, he's going to funnel money to Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? So, you're looking at, I don't know. I really believe that that's what's going to happen. And it's a sad commentary. So that's another thing. We have babies' lives at stake. The very lives of babies are at stake. Yet, crickets. So I'll read this here from Stacey Abrams, that woman who thinks she's the Georgia governor. She writes, Georgia, the January 5 runoff elections for control of the U.S. Senate are fast approaching. Make your voice heard by requesting your ballot now at ballotrequest.sos.georgia.gov. Let's get it done again. Now, what's happening is that there's going to be a runoff for the U.S. Senate in Georgia. And I don't know if it's for both seats or one of them, but that's going to be very pivotal, because if the Democrats can knock off one of those, we're talking about, possibly the Democrats taking a majority in the Senate. If that happens, that's going to be devastating to our cause, because now they own everything except the SCOTUS. So they'll be able to make a lot of decisions that are going to hurt a lot of Americans. Increase taxes, devastation of the energy industry. You're going to see a lot of very bad things happen. So this is something that's very, very important. But we've got a lot of other work to do before that, And I guess I want to leave on this note. On this note. Pastor Greg Young prays, Heavenly Father, please do not let America be stolen through subterfuge. We know we have grieved you, but let not evil prevail. Forgive us and restore us. Expose those responsible for fraud. Uplift real Donald Trump and refresh him. I pray in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Now look, guys, that's a good prayer for you to pray before you go to bed tonight. And even if you don't know all of it, this is by Pastor Greg Young. Go to his not to his YouTube, go to his Twitter and look that up. Look up that prayer. That's a great prayer to pray. Or if you have another prayer that's very similar, this is good. We do need to ask God to forgive our land, forgive America for any of our sins against him, what we've done, some of the terrible things. And I do understand that there are certain things that we don't have control over. We don't want abortion on demand in this country. So this is difficult. So we got to ask God to forgive America for the sins of those who support that. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. And restore our land and give us a president, give us back our president, Trump, who will be able to lead us into a greater America, because he's been doing a fantastic job thus far. This is kind of bizarre, because everybody knows he did one of the best jobs as president in the history of America. And here we are facing this. This is really earth-shaking. So, guys, I'm sorry, I really am. I'm sorry that this happened, and I really hope that we can overcome this. I hope that God will grant us our wish. And I'm just going to say before we go that, what are our chances of getting this? That's all up to God. I can't answer that. I do think we have a chance. I do think that we have a chance to wrestle this theft back if God speaks to the Supreme Court and he moves on the behalf of so many other people and so many situations. God can do this thing, and he can bring revelation to us about the fraud, exactly where it is, what's been going on. Look, we have time. There's a lot of time. We have a good, a month? We have a good month to make this happen. Until those votes are certified and the electors vote, guess what? We have so much time to do this. So we've got to be diligent with it. But I think God's going to give the increase here. I wouldn't worry about it. And, of course, with that in mind, look, I got to show you guys, I do have a store on my website, and I would really love you guys to go to the store. And I would love you to check out the stuff I have. I have some, some what I would call, alternative MAGA hats that look nice. They're like it's what's called a cotton twill cap. And it's a real nice one. I have this one here has the red. I don't know if you noticed that. The red lettering on of course, this one is like a gray denim. And I also have like a more blue denim, and of course red. If you like the traditional red, that's fine. And I also have, believe it or not, I have other ones which are, if I can go to those, it's in my Trump shop, guys. By the way, I have a Trump shop. So if you go to michaelantonio.biz /shop, or just go up to my little menu here, it says Hot Shop, and then right under it, you'll see on the menu, on the drop down, it'll say Trump Shop. If you go to that, you will find all the stuff I have in my Trump shop. And I've got a lot of stuff here, so a lot of stuff to scroll through. But these particular hats that are my special collection, they are on like the 5th page. And I've got the red, and I also have one that's got like a black with outline yellow. I call it my Mega Yellow Jacket Vintage Cotton Twill Cap. That one there is available. It's real nice. I also have a Mega, what I call the Mega Yellow Jacket Muscle Shirt. So if you're a muscle guy, this shirt, I think, is for you. Because, and I have different colors for it. This is the navy color. I have I have a black, of course, athletic heather, and of course white. But yeah, these are nice muscle shirts, and they show off your MAGA spirit. Because remember something, we're going to need this for the next 4 years. Let's not ever be disloyal to Donald Trump. No matter what happens, let's not be disloyal. Let's all be Donald Trump. We're all going to have that spirit of MAGA, and you need that. So you can pick up one of these shirts or pick up a hat and, do your best with this, So, like I said, that's just, this is what I wanted to say tonight. I want you to all be encouraged. Let not your heart be troubled. I truly believe that God is in control. Okay? I really believe that God is in control of all this. It's going to be okay. Oh, by the way, I see this story. I like this story. This story with, what is their name again there? Kirstie Alley and Scott Baio. Now, Kirstie Alley and Scott Baio, apparently, let's go to this story real quick before I go on. I know I'm going on and on, but it's really important that we get as much encouragement as we can through this dark time. This is a very dark period of time. Right here it says, Kirstie Alley, Scott Baio lead furious conservative celebrities to reject Donald Trump's election defeat. And I will read. Hollywood conservatives have been speaking out after Joe Biden was declared the winner of the 2020 presidential election to become the 46th president of the United States. While a majority of those who work in the entertainment industry are far left-leaning and fully endorse Biden, there are some who have publicly endorsed Trump and are now following the president's line and arguing that Biden's win is not legitimate. Some have even gone so far as to claim Trump has been reelected to a second term in the White House. Hey, they are entitled to do that, and you know what I really believe? I believe that he was. I think if we're allowed to look at the whole truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help us God, I believe that's what it is. So it says, minutes before Biden was projected to be the next U.S. president, actress Kirstie Alley, 69, shared her skepticism of the voting results. She says, come on, all the known before the election, swing states are the ones having trouble and not able to count in one day? That doesn't raise questions with anyone other than Trump's voters? Come on now. Come on. Come on. I love how she said that. That's nice. It's really, yeah, this is just amazing. Man, wow. And so let me get to, I think Scott Baio's on here too. So we got to get to Scott Baio. All right. So she says, another thing she wrote, Kirstie writes, okay, wait just a minute. Is Twitter actually censoring everything at this point that they disagree with and making news outlets the powers that be? Look at this, GOP or Lib. Is this your America? Okay, so somebody here, Samantha Marika, was it? Joe Biden is not the president. Chill. Media is attempting to create a civil war. They projected Joe as the winner so that when Donald Trump does win, all hell will break loose. Now, I'm not going to say that is the absolute truth what she said, but she's allowed to say it. It should be something she can say. And then, of course, they write with a little thing. They did this with Donald Trump, too. This little warning sign. Official sources called this election differently. Well, it doesn't matter. They're not official sources, first of all. They're news outlets. See, this is what... this makes me angry. They are not official sources. The news media is not an official source of the election results. The election results are not done until all the elections are certified. And that's a long way away. That hasn't happened yet. This is amazing. Look at what Twitter is just disingenuous, man. Come on, guys. This is horrible. You are terrible. You are just rotten. Wow. Wow. Oh, this is good. We got Kevin Sorbo. Throw out every illegal vote and do a recount. Really not that difficult. He's right. That's what we should do. And then this is the funny one. This is the one that we should be saying to the left. So do we get to say not the president, or is that only for the left? You see? Yeah, watch. Because, yeah, if we do that, we'll be kicked off social media. I guarantee it. I guarantee if we write not our president or not the president, they'll do some, this is not, accurate. They'll do a little fact checking. Fact check. Biden is the president. I mean, this is the way these people are. It's hilarious. And so Kevin goes on. He says, hey, Dems, saying just accept the election results is pretty ironic considering you spent the last 4 years not accepting the election results. And that's true. They never accepted the fact that Donald Trump was their president. Not one bit. So why should we give him that same respect? He's over here asking us to respect him, even though, first of all, the results are not official. We have a long way to go. And even if they were official, they expect us to give him the respect that he nor any of his people gave Trump. You can freaking forget it. It's not happening. It's not happening. You are of the devil. Joe Biden is of the devil. He's doing the devil's work. He's not doing God's work. I can tell you that right now. And he is not owed that respect, and we will not. I won't call for violence. I don't believe in that. But I do believe that we don't owe him a dang thing. We shouldn't be giving him anything. Let's not give him anything. Senate, don't give him anything. Tell him, nope, sorry, we're done here. We're not giving you anything. It's craziness. Wow. And so Kevin also writes, voter fraud is real, folks. It's been around for a long time. But this year, they are blatant about it and don't care if we know it. All to get rid of Trump. And that's right. They just want to get rid of him. They're done. They don't like him. That's it. It's exactly what's going on. Now, this is my man, Scott. I like it. I love Scotty. Look at this. Liberals cheat and don't even care how the old white man won. Republicans still have the Senate, the Supreme Court, and know the truth. Peace! And he writes, 70 million pissed off Republicans, 0 cities destroyed by them. He's right. He's right. Yeah, we're pissed. We're upset. We're angry that they're trying to steal this thing. But we're not out there burning things down, looting stores, killing people. No, we don't believe in those things. We believe in using our rights to stand up against them and speak truth. That's what it comes down to. Wow. Wow. And we do know Scott here puts up the statement from President Trump, essentially saying, you know what? The truth's going to be exposed, guys. The truth is going to be exposed. Now, I don't want to get into, conspiracy theories because there's a lot of them out there. I don't want to speak for the authenticity of any of them. I don't know. But I do know that there was fraud, okay? We just don't know if we can prove enough of it to make a difference. We'll find out, though. You know what I mean? Wow. Yeah, but you got to admit, these Democrats they've got cojones to just say that, that all of a sudden, we're going to declare him the winner. Joe Biden's the winner. That's it. And when they know, there's a lot up in the air right now. They know it. It's crazy. Even if they really believed it, they can't wait a few more days, a week, when all of the challenges are exhausted by Trump in all these different places and all the examinations. You know why they're not doing that? They're declaring him the winner, again, to influence the courts. So the courts might say, well, they already kind of declared him the winner, so let's just be graceful about this and let it happen. No, that's not the way it should go. Truth should prevail in the court. Especially the top court. The Supreme Court should say, no, truth is going to prevail. Which means we're going to dig into everywhere we can, wherever we have signs and evidence of fraud. And that means every state. We're going to live. Because some of those swing states could swing back to Trump easily. Michigan, Wisconsin. Some people are even saying Minnesota had some problems. I don't know if it would be enough in Minnesota to do anything, but I think Wisconsin and Michigan are back in play. Georgia, definitely. Arizona looks like Trump may win in that anyway. And then you've got, of course, Nevada. That's another one that's had problems. So you've got all these things, of course, definitely Pennsylvania. I mean, the bottom line is this: Trump is a long way from losing. And yet they're declaring Biden the winner? I mean, I've never seen anything like this. Is bizarro land. This is bizarro land. And of course, I like what Antonio Sabato Jr. says here. He writes, only one winner, President Trump. That's right, guys. That's right. No, this is just crazy. This is just insane. Wow. So yeah, before I go, check out the Trump shop. I've got some other hats too. I've got like some standard Trump 2020 hats. One of my own collection here. I call it the Trump 2020 Dad hat. You know what? I mean, look, no matter what happens, again, we love Trump. We love what he's done for America and for us. And we cannot let that spirit die. We have to keep that going through and through. Because remember something, we still have people in this country to reach out to. We have to teach them and show them how much the Democrats and the media lied to them. We have to show them over that time. We have to slowly and in some way figure out a way to get those Americans who were on the fence, who maybe they were upset with Trump about COVID or about something else where they said, well, he was a little bit mean here and there. You know what? We have to teach them that is not important compared to the behavior of these Democrats, what they do to harm and kill so many people. And I wouldn't even say it's just Democrats, it's what we would call the globalists. These people are harmful, and some of them are Republicans too. And I hate to even say that, but it's the truth. It pains me to say it, but come on, it's true, guys. So, please, check out my website. Go ahead and get subscribed to my emails so you can get your daily stories. And of course, you want to go to my YouTube and subscribe. That's important, to go to my YouTube and subscribe to that so you can get my videos as they come out. I also have a subscribe page on my website as well. So, yeah, please don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube here. Hit that notification bell. And, of course, like this video. Comment to me. I want to hear your comments and tell me what you think about what's coming up here. Because it is, in some ways, I mean, if we look back on this 20 years from now, 30 years from now, a lot of you will look back on this and say, wow, what a very exciting time in some ways, no matter what happens, because I really believe, and I'll say this to you, all right, this is my parting word, I swear this is it. I believe that God will make a way for us to be okay and for us to overcome this great enemy that we face. And you have to remember that sometimes, God knows what's coming. He knows what's best for us. He knows what's going to happen. He knows. And I think that sometimes we have to go through these storms, these little challenges, for something better on the other side. And again, maybe it's because God wanted to allow us to see the deep corruption of the Democrats, of the globalists. Maybe something will be uncovered in the next week that will just blow the lid off this whole thing, and then guess what? Then they will never be able to do this again, or at least not in our lifetime. That will be awesome. And remember that we have to trust God. Please continue to pray. Continue to pray to God and ask Him to forgive us for our sins and to heal our land and to bless Donald Trump and give him back his seat in the presidency so that he can govern the way a president should govern, so that he can move forward and help us with what we need for this country. Because I got to tell you something. It's not going to happen with Joe Biden. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going to happen. Joe Biden will not make this work very well. He's just not capable. And Kamala, just as bad. Or worse, I should say. Believe me, she's got designs on the Oval Office, and she will immediately, if Joe gets in there, she's not going to keep him around too long. They'll find a way to put him in a nursing home. I can tell you right now. It's really sad and very scary, guys. So, once again, I want to thank you guys for watching and listening. Please comment, like the video, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Stay with me. You can get my videos. Go check through my videos. I want you to watch the videos at the end here. I have videos that you can click on to watch. A lot of cool stuff to watch. Don't be shy, guys. I would love to hear more from you. Comment on all my videos that you see. And again, I'm also on Parler. Everybody's been talking about Parler now because we're probably not going to be on Facebook too much longer. Go to Parler. I'm, just like Twitter, I'm at Michael Antonio. At Michael Antonio. You can find me on Parler. Thank you so much, everybody. And I am going to see you guys later. Thank you so much.